Elon Musk tried to distance himself from government because it was sinking his reputation and also kind of sinking his companies. And so he would really prefer if people would forget that that whole doggy thing happened. But a lot of people are working to make sure that that doesn't happen anytime soon. In fact, if you go to a certain national park in Utah, you'll find a larger than life jogging of your memory of that. This sculpture is now sitting there. It is a way too big, very scary and surreal, uncanny valley version of Elon Musk's face with a sign that says, "Make America Wait Again," now with longer lines thanks to doggy cuts. It's 10 to 12 feet tall with what they're calling a self-satisfied smirk, which is the only expression that Elon Musk has ever had. Well, that's not true. Lately, he's also had that expression of like, where like suddenly he's seeing like nebula instead of the world around him or whatever. But other than that, it's the smirk. So why make this? Why put it outside of a national park? Well, the doggy, it turns out, did do a lot of cutting for our national parks. And while we don't know who made this particular statue, we do know that the National Park Service was cut. They lost about 24% of their staff since January. Okay, they've also only hired 56% of their summer positions as of the beginning of July, possibly due to these funding cuts as well. So a big percentage of the National Park Service is gone. And the stupidest thing about this is that they would say, well, we're tightening our belt or whatever, so we got to cut the money going to the Park Service. But the issue with that, if we go to graphic 7, is that the National Park Service does not cost money, it makes money. We put a very small amount of money into it. It brings in bank. $55.6 billion is the estimate of how much these parks lead visitors to inject into local economies. That was in just 2023 alone, including more than $26 billion in direct spending, let alone all the jobs that are created at local hotels, restaurants, attractions, shops, all of the tourism of this. The parks receive just $3.6 billion from taxpayers, and they bring in what, 15, 20 times as much money. And so that's who they go to cut, because again, it's not actually about efficiency. It's just about sticking a thumb in the eye of anyone who cares, of anything that makes America more social, more respectful of its past, of its natural beauty. It's these cuts are so disgustingly self-destructive. And at least at this particular one now, you'll have a reminder of who's to blame for it. What do you think, Sharon?
Yeah, and that's why that bus, how tall was it? How big was it? Of Elon Musk and the smirk needs to be there. That's why it needs to be there. Because when people show up and there's long lines and their kids are screaming and you're just trying to do something educational, beautiful family trip, and you're waiting for hours and maybe pass out, heat stroke or something. You need to, if I work there and I'm one of the few left, I can't keep answering these questions. It's not my fault. Look at the bust. And so that's why it has to be there. What dumb billionaire in the administration, oh, that's right, said this would be smart, okay? I thought rich people know how to make money and know how to keep money and leverage money. This is just so dumb. It's juvenile, is what it is. It's juvenile, you're right. It was just about, I'm gonna show you, and it's a power thing by a child.
And also of ignorance. Is that you think Elon Musk has any idea what the return on investment is for the national parks? He doesn't know.
Didn't bother to do not a deep dive, not even like a teeny bit. Like, let me just read the Cliff Notes. Nope.
Exactly. And this is a dangerous thing to do politically, because we parents, we need these distractions, damn it, okay? Because we're bored and we got to get these kids out running around so they're tired, so they'll fall asleep. Don't you make us wait in that car any longer than we already have. Anyway, okay, and by the way, it sort of reminds me a little bit of like, how they say that like $1 going into funding and the IRS recovers like $2 to $10 in like, taxes that they wouldn't have found otherwise. Like, again, they do the cuts. It's like it's not about the efficiency, it's about other ideological goals.